Make a strengths list. You need to make your own personal strengths list. Your time is best spent actually focused on the stuff that you do best. Now, this is going to seem obvious, right? But it's very, very easy to get off of track. Every day, there are like 1,000 phone calls that have to be made. There are 100 contracts to be signed. And there are details to be worked out on individual gigs. And all of this is pulling you away. That sort of day-to-day stuff is absolutely endless, and it's pulling you away from your core competency. So you need to focus on the stuff that only you should be focused on. How do you do that? You make a list. Now, this particular list, I know exactly what my stuff is. It's printed on my office wall. It's printed on my monthly calendar. It's literally everywhere because I want that constant reminder. These are the things you should be focused on. These are your core competencies. These are the things that you do best. If it's not on this list, you need to be pushing it out, pushing it away so you can spiral up the quality of everything that you do. Focus on the things that you do best. Now, the greatest thing about this list, your core competency list, is that not only does it keep you focused on what you should be doing, it also keeps you focused on what you should not be doing. All right, you're welcome to use my list. You can adapt it, you can adopt it, you can start from scratch. But let me tell you, honestly, I come back to this list all the time because there are a bazillion details that are going to try to pull you off track and keep you from focusing on the thing that's going to move you to your dream, to your goals, right? So when my time is pulled in just 1,000 different directions, this list keeps me on course. 1, create. 2, perform. 3, steer the ship. 4, prep. 5, R&R. 6, delegate. So my job is to create stuff. In fact, when people say, what's your job? I say, well, my job is really just making stuff up, right? So I'm the only one in my company that really creates. That's my thing. That's my mojo. That's what I do best. So I need to be focusing on that. Performing, obviously, that's why we're in this. We want to perform. We want to share our magic in all the different ways that we share that magic. Steering the ship. You are wearing, you're wearing the captain's hat. You are the one that's pointing the compass in the direction that the front of the ship is pointing where you want it to go. I call that steering the ship. You need to look at where do you want to be 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 years from now. Prepping. Prepping is important. You need to get ready for a show. You need to make sure all of the details are in line and in order. Or prep can even include making yourself better, doing research. Rest and relaxation, that's number 5. R&R, I have to build it in. Like I said, I have to build it in to say, okay, you will take this time off. Otherwise, I would just work myself to a frenzy. So I take a huge, enormous chill pill. It's like this big, and I just relax. And then I come back fired up and ready to rock. Number 6 is delegate, right? That's my responsibility. I delegate the things that are not 1 through 5. 1, create. 2, perform. 3, steer the ship. 4, prep. 5, R&R. And number 6, delegate. Remember, 1 through 5, basically those are all mine. Remember, the world is made up of lots and lots of different people, and everybody's going to be good at certain things, right? So there are people out there that actually will probably enjoy the jobs that you really don't enjoy and you're not very good at. So you've delegated, you've started to build your team, or you are building your team. Now it's time to focus on the 4 unique questions again. What are others doing? Who is your audience? What's the venue? And who are you? Okay, so the unique 4 come together. What do we do next? Got it? Keep in mind what others in the marketplace are doing. Who's your audience? Exactly who's it for? How old? How young? Are they working class? Are they sophisticated? Are they well educated? Are they business types? Now ask, what's the venue? Where will I be presenting? And finally, does what I'm presenting actually ring true for me? Is who I am on stage false? Is it ringing true? Does my sense of humor ring true for this audience? Does my style work? Do my props actually match my costuming? Who are you is absolutely important. Does your attitude towards your audience actually match the venue? Is my character seamless? Now, once you have this framework in place, market, audience, venue, who are you, then you can start working on taking that out on the road, actually gigging, doing shows. And you say, well, man, I don't have a clue if this will work. Well, you know what? Just go with your gut. You got to try something. Go with your gut, try something. If it works, great, fantastic. Do more of the same. If it doesn't work, man, that's no problem. Step back, evaluate the change, evaluate it, and then change for something different. Put something new in there. Go with your gut. Again, you got to throw it out there and just see what the world has to say about it. Okay. Road testing your ideas. So you've got your business life in order. You're happy with the answers to the 4 unique questions. So at this point, if you've done all of this, you should seriously pat yourself on the back. You are way, way ahead of the curve. Most people are simply not interested in doing this work. So congratulations, way to go. In sign language, I'm clapping for you. Yeah, nice. All right. So, you're doing the work. You're doing the work to get better. Obviously, you're extraordinary because, like I said, most people don't even read books. You know that? Did you know that? Most people that buy a book, they end up actually not reading the book. Most people in our business, they don't end up actually doing the work to get better. So you're going to have to road test this. Now, obviously, if you are a local act, road testing simply means that you perform locally in the venues that you perform in. You know, if you're a birthday party worker, you're going to be in someone's home, or if you play county fairs, local fairs, you're going to be outdoors, or maybe even working in a local theater. Whatever the venue is, you got to go out there and just try it. I mean, it's really even tough for working pros to know whether a routine is going to work, or a costume is going to play, or a joke is funny. I mean, literally, stand-up comics and entertainment, they just take the joke out. They just take it out there and try it. And they try it multiple times to see if it actually is working. And then they chip away at the wording on it. It's also really tough to know if you've found your people or not, unless you just get out there and do it. You know, have you found your audience? You just really and truly, you just got to stick your neck out. You just got to do it. You got to get out there and just lay it all out for the audience and just see what the response is. Is that terrifying? Yeah, of course it is. It's show business. It's supposed to be terrifying. It's supposed to be hard. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.